Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the 2015 drama film Remittance. This film explores the heart-wrenching sacrifices made by a woman who leaves her family in the Philippines to work as a maid in Singapore. It's a story that goes beyond the surface of migrant work, examining the emotional costs and the consequences of making sacrifices for a family. But as the plot unfolds, the film reveals a shocking betrayal by her husband, and this twist makes Remittance a thought-provoking exploration of family, loyalty, and the price we pay for our sacrifices. The film follows the journey of a woman named Mariana who leaves her home in the Philippines to work in Singapore, taking on a grueling job as a maid. She endures extreme emotional and physical strain to provide for her family, sacrificing her well-being, her personal happiness, and her ability to raise her children. Every day, she deals with the remorse of not being able to be there for her children and family. The film makes it clear that this kind of work is not only physically demanding but also emotionally draining, with unseen costs that weigh heavily on the heart and mind. Mariana's story is a common one among migrant workers, particularly women, who leave their home countries in search of a better life for their families. They often end up making unspeakable sacrifices, living far away from home for years, and sometimes even living in isolation, all just to send money back to their loved ones. This film does a remarkable job of capturing that sense of loss, loneliness, and the weight of the sacrifice these workers bear. It doesn't just tell the story of one woman's journey. It reflects the lives of millions of migrant workers around the world who, like Mariana, face the daily struggles of being away from their families in order to provide for them. In the film, Mariana's guilt and sadness at being away from her family are something that the audience can feel deeply. There's a constant undercurrent of emotional pain that highlights the difficulty of being a parent who is unable to be present for the most important moments in her children's lives. She writes letters, sends money, and tries to remain connected, but the distance creates a void that no amount of money can fill. This loneliness and isolation are universal themes that many migrant workers face, and the film does a beautiful job of exploring the emotional consequences of these sacrifices. It captures the invisible struggles and lonely nights that migrant workers endure in a foreign land far from family and friends. Mariana's story evolves into a much more complicated and painful journey when she discovers that her husband, who has been taking care of their children in her absence, has betrayed her. This betrayal is not just a simple cheating scandal. It's a betrayal of trust, of the sacrifice she made, and of the idealistic dreams she held on to of providing a better life for her family. The film's biggest reveal is the shocking discovery that her husband has been unfaithful. This revelation destroys everything Mariana believes in and all the sacrifices she has made over the years. This revelation is particularly heartbreaking because it shows that no matter how much one sacrifices, there is no guarantee that the people you're sacrificing for will appreciate or even understand the pain you're going through. In this moment, Mariana's whole world comes crashing down. Her life's work, the years she spent away from her children, the physical and emotional exhaustion, all come to a head. What she had hoped would be a better life for her family in the end now feels like a fool's errand. The film delves deeply into this feeling of loss and despair, showing the viewer the emotional toll that sacrifice can take on a person, especially when it is met with betrayal instead of gratitude. This sense of being trapped between two worlds, the one you're trying to provide for, and the one that's dragging you down, is a theme that is central to the film. Mariana is stuck in a lonely, emotional space where her feelings of hopelessness and betrayal contrast with her desire to be a good mother and provider. This struggle is extremely complicated, and it's a story that many can relate to on some level. The film asks us to think about what happens when you sacrifice everything for the ones you love, only to find out that your efforts weren't enough or, worse, were taken for granted. The cast of Remittance is simply incredible, and they do an exceptional job of bringing the characters to life. Angela Barocia, who plays the lead role of Mariana, delivers a heart-wrenching performance that is both raw and impactful. Her depiction of a woman who is exhausted both emotionally and physically from years of hard work is a performance that stays with you long after the film ends. Her struggle with loneliness, hopelessness, and the pressure to provide for her family feels so genuine that the audience can't help but be drawn into her story. Barocia captures the internal turmoil of a woman who is constantly pulled between her duty to her family and the cost of that sacrifice, and she does so with a heartfelt gravitas. The supporting cast also delivers strong performances, particularly Yolanda Burmez, who portrays Mariana's closest friend in Singapore. Burmez brings a sense of warmth and understanding to her role, giving the audience a glimmer of solace in the otherwise bleak situation. The actors who portray Mariana's family back home in the Philippines also do a great job, capturing the emotional challenges of being left behind, and the dynamic between them and Mariana adds an extra layer of complexity to the story. Directors Patrick Daly and Joel Fendelman handle this film with a gentle yet intense approach. They do a wonderful job of capturing the raw, unfiltered emotions of the characters, especially Mariana. The way they explore the harsh realities of migrant workers without shying away from the pain and sacrifice is admirable. The film doesn't just focus on the physical demands of working abroad. It delves deeply into the emotional toll this lifestyle takes on a person. They successfully convey the loneliness and isolation that many migrant workers feel, making the audience feel the weight of the characters' emotions. This sensitive approach allows the viewer to connect with the characters on a deeper level. The main theme of Remittance is sacrifice, and it questions whether it is worth it to sacrifice everything, including family and one's own well-being, in the name of providing a better life. It raises important questions about the cost of love and the sacrifices that come with it. This film also touches on betrayal, a theme that is interwoven within the story as Mariana learns of her husband's infidelity. The complexity of human relationships is an underlying thread throughout the film, as the characters' actions are rooted in love and the desire to provide, yet they are constantly challenged by the emotional and physical sacrifices they endure. In the end, Remittance is a powerful, moving film that doesn't just tell the story of one woman's struggle, but also of the millions of migrant workers who make tremendous sacrifices in search of a better life for their loved ones. It reminds us of the human cost of migration and the deep emotional impact it can have. If you haven't seen this film yet, I highly recommend giving it a watch, as it offers a strong message about family, sacrifice, and the price of love. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Let me know in the comments if you've seen Remittance and what you thought about the film. What impact did it have on you? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.